not going to be talking about the workout today. Workout felt fine, was good. Deadlifts felt good. Was meant to do back yesterday, but because I was unsuccessful in finding time for the gym due to simple laziness, um, I had to push it for one day, and we did push-ups yesterday instead. Yesterday was, I mean, even though I was with friends, which was fun towards the end, yesterday was Uh, the beginning of that day was not fun at all. I had spent the better part of 2 months studying for this exam that I was having yesterday. Um, and I knew that I put in the work. I was motivated. I got up and I studied for I studied the material. Sat down in the exam, started that exam, and what do you know? They changed the exam format without telling us. At first, I was, mad. Like, why? How could they do this? All of us are gonna fail because of it, and it's their fault. And then, obviously, after that little anger tantrum thing, I started thinking about how, or like, what I could have done differently, such that I would have gotten a better result or performed better. I don't know what result I got in that exam, but I don't think it's gonna be good. So because of that morning exam, I decided to take my mind off things and just be with friends. Relax, celebrate that the exam was over either way, regardless of how it felt, and just move on to the next. So that's basically what happened. I was in town, etc., etc., etc. Just having fun. Not thinking about it. Just pressing forward. And that's basically why I ended up just doing push-ups because I was with friends and they were like, "Hey, why don't you just do it here instead of going home?" And I was like, "Okay, sure, we can do that." So that's what I ended up doing. So I did get the blood flowing yesterday as well. Thankfully, I did not want to. I didn't want something as stupid as it. Like exams are important, of course. I find them very important, but I wouldn't want anything to influence something else that is completely unrelated to one another. Like if something bad in the family happens, if I get a bad exam, if I get rejected from a job, if I'm able to if I'm able to disassociate myself from those things and come to the gym regardless of how I'm feeling, then I feel like I'm doing something right. That's when I feel like this, this is it's doesn't matter what's happened. Just go and do your thing, right? There's one thing today that you can do and enjoy. But it is so demotivating knowing that you put in work, you put in the hours, sleepless nights, stressing. I couldn't sleep the night before the exam, thinking, Jesus, have I prepared enough and this and that. Um, and showing up there thinking you're prepared and then just going through the exam question after question and saying, wow, I actually I'm not 100% on this. I'm not 100% on that. And it's yeah, it's demotivating me. Demotivating. It doesn't make me want to study for the next one at all. Because then in my mind I'm thinking, well, if I put in hard work and it doesn't pay off, what's the point? Well, what am I doing here? Like, why? I was told throughout my entire life, hey, if you put in the work, you know, if you study hard, if you work hard, whatever it might be, you'll see the results. But that's not what happened this time. Was there possibly a better way I could have studied for the exam? Of course. There's always better ways you can study. You can never find the best way to study for anything. Just like you can't find the best way to work out every day for for whatever muscle group. It's not possible. That's one of the reasons I'm doing this type of workout thing every day is that I'm also trying to figure out, hey, what works best here? So when I log my thoughts, when I log, my training, my workouts, like, hey, this felt good today because of this and that. Hey, I did a high rep squat session randomly while in between my 5x5 sets, like every 3 days. And that felt good. Why did that feel good? I'm trying to figure this puzzle out. And this is another puzzle. And right now, this puzzle screwed me screwed me up yesterday. Um, I there would have to be something to do with the studying, the way I went about learning the material, the way I went about understanding the concepts. You can always say like, oh yeah, the lectures weren't enthusiastic, the lectures weren't well done, we weren't given past paper exams, etc., etc. But I mean, there's always going to be an element where you know you didn't do good enough, and when you know that, you can figure out what that problem was and get rid of it, improve it. Not improve a problem, but get rid of it. Yeah. Um, so yeah, I'm not too down in the dumps though. Usually on exams, if I didn't perform well, at least a couple years ago, it would usually be because I genuinely knew that I was lazy, that I didn't have the motivation to do it, and that would make me feel bad. But here, I'm not sure. Sure, there's a part of me that yes, I do feel like I could have done more. But I was the last couple of days, I was at the point where I I I I was getting my brain was I was feeling fuzzy as hell and I couldn't study more. I was so mentally fatigued that it was hindering my mental state when it came to simple things, which is not healthy, right? So I mean, there's a matter of doing things systemically and periodically where you take good amounts of good amount of breaks, take a day off or something. But I just gunned it throughout the month to try and get. I have pages on pages of the material that was supposed to come on the exam, and I swear 30% of it, what I wrote, only came on. Again, I'm not blaming that. I could have written more. If I written more and remembered more, then I could have gotten, performed better. But it's demotivating. I don't know the answer to this problem yet, which sucks. But that's a part of the. I don't know. That's a part of it, I guess. Figuring it all out, just like with this workout stuff. But yeah. Anyway, workout was good. Glad I got to get that out of me. Tomorrow will be. I think we're back to squatting, if I'm not mistaken, or it might be squats or chests. We'll see. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys in the next one.